Hey guys, it's Carolina here from KarolinasKrafts and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have another album I wanted to share with you guys using up another 6x6 paper pad. Now, this is part of my, Paper Stash Smash collaboration, even though 6x6 wasn't for this month. It was for August, but like I said, I still needed to use up some of my August pads, so I kind of moved them into September. I have not yet started on any of the ones that I was actually supposed to be working on this month, which is like 8x8 size papers or 6x8. So I haven't started on that, but I need to get to that soon. I still have a couple of weeks, so I think I could do it. I mean, a couple of weeks as I'm filming this video, but I'm not sure when this is getting posted, so it might not be a couple of weeks at that point anymore. But anyway, so this is the Recollections Save Freeze paper pad. They do have a newer one this year also. It's not called Save Freeze anymore. I forgot what it was called, but I did see it in stores. And this one is, I don't even know the year. It's not telling me right here. I'm guessing, I don't know if that's the year. I guess it would be 2024. But I don't know if that's the year right there. But anyway, so I used up most of this. Now this paper pad has the white on top. It's not like full pattern paper, so I ended up throwing out those strips and everything else I pretty much used. This is the only sheet I did not use, which looks like this. Actually, I didn't use some other ones either. Hold on. So I also have this project ready to go that I did not use in the album, but I have to put this one together. So I kind of like prepared my papers and whatnot, and I just have to put that together. But I really wanted to use some of those papers because there were just really good papers in here. Like the big papers, like the Warm Winter Wishes. And they had like other 6x6s in here like this that I just was like, that looks really good in there. And it would be perfect. Like I was thinking card folio, but I knew I needed to use this for a custom order. So I took out some papers and then I also supplemented with some other papers from other Save Freeze collections. So I do have these 12x12s in my stash. So this is Save Freeze. This one is from 2020. And then this is Save Freeze 2023. So I have other ones in my stash, so I was able to pull from those and mix and match with this 2024 one. So yeah, okay, so let's get started, and I'm gonna share with you guys the album that I made. Okay, so let me put this aside. I'm gonna keep this paper. Obviously, it's the only thing left, and I'm actually gonna keep this chipboard because it's like sturdier. Actually, I'm gonna keep this whole entire thing. I've been keeping these. I don't know what to do with them just yet. I've been waiting for like Heather by Covered by Grace Creations to come out with a video on what she does with like these thinner ones. I think she makes journals with it, but I think she does fabric. And I don't think I've ever done like a fabric cover journal, and so I've been waiting for her to give us a tutorial. But anyway, put that aside. This tutorial, by the way, is one of my tutorials, and it is the Bon Voyage Island Adventure mini album that I have on my channel. So the tutorial is on my channel, but you could also get this cutting guide. I may have moved around the signatures. I'm not sure if I moved it around in this one or some other album I made, but it's the same idea. I just put like this, I might have put like signature 2 as signature 3 instead, and just moved around the signatures. But it's going to be the same layout on the inside, and this is just the cutting guide, so you guys could get that from my coffee shop. I'll have it linked down below. And so this is what it looks like. It says Warm Winter Wishes. I had to use that on the front cover. I just thought it was so cute. I added a little candy cane that's on some foam and some little gemmies to decorate a little bit there. Here's the spine and then the back. And I have my handmade logo stamp there. And then this has a ribbon tie closure, and it looks like this when you open it up. So you could add like a large photo here. I think this is from the 12x12. It says have a cozy Christmas. Okay, so for this album, I forgot to put a magnet here, which is fine. Like you don't really need a magnet here in the first place. And I wish I would have remembered that I don't need a magnet here, because I wouldn't have done that on all my other albums, but you don't, because yeah, this is just going to flip that way and then so on. So you don't need a magnet here at all. But if there were one here, like I have done in other albums, it would have been a 3/8 inch size magnet, which I get from Total Element Magnets. And if you guys would like to get anything, I love these. They're great quality. They are slightly thinner than the basic gray magnets. And on top of that, they're cheaper, but still really, really great quality. And so like these are the only magnets that I use. And I just love them. I mean, this brand, Total Element, is the only brand that I now use. Not just that size. I use a variety of sizes, but that 3/8 inch one is one that I would have used right here. I did, however, use the 1/2 inch size magnets, also from Total Element Magnets, throughout this album. You guys will see in other places, but the 3/8 inch one I would have used here, and then the rest of everything else is the 1/2 inch. So I'll have both sizes linked down below in case you guys are interested, and of course code KarolinasKrafts for 10% off your order. So anyway, here I have a cut apart. This is actually from the paper pad. There were some little cut aparts in there, so that was fun. Says have a cozy Christmas. I just glued it down on 3 sides, and I have a little tag behind there that you can journal on. Then this opens up, and you've got a pocket here. And I did die cut these out. A lot of you guys have asked like where this die is from. It is from AliExpress, but it's no longer available. So yeah, I recently was trying to like link it, and I couldn't even like click on my own order from my order history. It was just gone. Anyway, but it's from AliExpress, just kind of like shaped. It's like a rectangular decorative die, I guess, but it's like a nested die, so it comes with like a bunch of pieces. Anyway, so inside of there I also have this booklet that says Joy, and it's just a cute little booklet that you can journal on, and that was part of the collection also, that cut apart. Here you could add full-size photos. Now for the photos, you can do, these are like the pages are about 6 by 6. So I would not add in like a 4 by 6 photo like that. I mean, you could, especially if you do just like a little bit on there and a little bit down here, then you could add another photo kind of like behind it and have this as like a belly band. So that's an option. But if you want to see the pattern paper all around, I would cut down your 4 by 6 and make it a 4 by 5 size photo, whether you want to do it this way or this way. And then if you wanted to have stuff behind that as well, you could glue it down on 3 sides, and then you could have like a little like writing spot behind it, or you could even just glue top and bottom and have this as a belly band as well. So I have some like additional of these like photo mats inside here throughout the album, but 4 by 5 size photos fit great, which would just be like a cropped 4 by 6. But obviously you could do other sizes as well, like you could do a 4 by 4 photo, whatever sizes you have. Okay, so then here I have this word that says Santa Claus. I've been loving the word die set from KarolinasKrafts. I'm gonna have it linked down below on AliExpress, and I'll have it also linked on Amazon, because you could get it from either or. But I have been loving her Christmas shadow words. You have seen it probably a lot in my Christmas albums lately, because I've been using them a lot for like these little tuck spots, and I just love them. I made a bunch so I could just pull them and add them to my project. So this one says Santa Claus here, and you can see it's a shadow layer. It has the red, and then I did the gold for the word, and it's a great way to use up your scraps. Like, just make like an evening out of it. Die cut everything out and sit in front of the TV and glue it together, and there you go. You're gonna have a bunch of words ready to go. So I also die cut out that same kind of die with the decorative piece in red, and I'm using that as my little tuck spot thing, but you could also add your photo directly to here. So this one would need to be a little bit shorter than a 4 by 5. It's like almost exactly 4 by 5 for the photo mat. So if you were gonna use the photo mat and you want to leave that red border, it would just need to be cropped down just a little bit. So not like a 3 by 5. It would have to be like maybe like a 3 3/4 by 4 3/4 if you're gonna use this. And then you could always journal on the back and stuff too of your photo. But that's a little tuck spot there. Then here I just decorated with some stickers from my stash. I have a bunch of sticker sheets that are like partially used, and I've been trying to use them up. So especially with like 6x6 papers that don't have stickers, I've been pulling from that and just decorating. I also had this kind of die that just does like a little stitched kind of frame. So I just included this in here, die cut that out. And then I also have this little booklet. Now this is from a Salutations collections from Echo Park. I just have a bunch of like single sheets, the Christmas single sheets from the Salutations that I just used in a bunch of albums. You could add a full photo here. This one here is for 4x4 size photos. So you could add a 4x4 directly onto there or onto here. Now I would crop it down just a little bit just because like this is 4x4. So I would crop it down a little bit, but you know what would look even better? A 3x3 size photo. And that way it leaves the border all the way around and you still have the red on the bottom. So when you close this up, you can't even tell that there's a photo there. So I would do that here for sure. And then on the top here, it doesn't matter what you do. You could totally add in like a slightly cropped 4x4. I think that would look really good. Or you could just do a 3x3 also. And then you have space here as well. And then another one right here. And this one actually you could probably do a 4x4, especially if you do it like right down there. Yep, and it would get covered up. Okay, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4 more spaces for photos there. Then here, this is another one of the words from the KarolinasKrafts word dies, and this one says North Pole. I did decorate with a little sticker here. It was a wreath and that I had cut in half. And I just put it there. Actually, I only had the half left at this point, so that's what I put on my sticker sheet, and that's what I just put here, just a little decoration. And another one of these photo mats. Then here, I think this is from the Salutations also, just says we wish you a Merry Christmas. And then an extra photo mat here for wherever people want to place it. So like maybe they want to put it here, they could do that. And this is like a little tuck spot I have here, or you could go this way. That would probably be better for this one, this photo in particular. But yeah, so I just have these extra ones throughout to use as photo mats or as journal cards. Now here's where I used another one of those like large 6x6 pieces, but this one I was able to like cut down, and it's a cute little snowman. So I have him here, and then this opens up. This actually pulls out, so you have additional space for journaling or for photos. And you could add in 4x5 size photos onto these as well. And then you could also do one on the back. And then this is magnetized. So this is one of the ones that is magnetized. Let me just put that back in there. And you could hear that snap. So that's magnetized with the 1/2 inch size magnet here. Then this side is not magnetized because it's on this side, and that just kind of like flips that way. But this opens up. This is another full like 6x6 sheet. I just loved using these so much. And then I have the space here for additional photo. And then again, here is a tuck spot like I shared with you guys. And then another 6x6 that you guys saw that I was getting ready to use in the card folio as well. So there's that. I was kind of happy that I was able to like put aside some other pieces and still make this work, make this album work, because then I get like a whole other card folio out of it. So I'm happy about that. I really loved like the full like 6x6 pieces in this collection, and I didn't want them to go to waste by using like the other side. So I needed to like pull those aside and then pull in other papers from my other Save Freeze collections. So yeah, full size here. You could journal here, or if you wanted to add a photo, you could. Like you could fit like a 3x3 size photo here. That'd look cute. But yeah, so there's that. And then here's a little pocket. I had this little gingerbread man or woman, gingerbread woman, in my stash. Just like a little embellishment, and I backed it onto some white cardstock so that it can be journaled on. and I just thought that was cute in here. I just wanted to use up that and make a cute little journal spot. So there's that, and then another cut apart booklet that I made from the Echo Park Salutations collection. Then this flips, you have space for photos here. Now here, I don't think a 4x5 fits, or actually a 4x5 it does fit. So yeah, this is a great album for 4x5 size photos, or cropped 4x6. Here I have a tuck spot. Now here, it's not the best tuck spot, but the idea is that you would use this photo mat, and this is a larger photo mat than the other one, so this one would fit a 4x5 size photo. See? And you would still have that red border around it. And then you would glue this down at least here, but ideally just like put a little bit of glue underneath it and like glue it down so it stays put. I wouldn't use that as like a tuck spot, but I wanted to leave it open for a photo. Then here, this is magnetized, and this also pulls out for some photos just like the other one did. And then this slides right back in here and magnetizes closed. And then here I have a sticker from like my little sticker stash, and I love this cute little deer, so I used him here. I had these tags, these are just random ones from my stash, and then this little photo mat or journal kind of card that I also put in here. And then here we've got a belly band, so large photo mat, and these photo mats you could also use on the front or back covers, on the insides, whatever. And then here's another little booklet. It says deck the halls with boughs of holly. And then this says holly jolly holly. And I guess it just like went on to say holly jolly, but came out to holly jolly holly for my little belly band. So yeah, that was the album that I made using the Save Freeze collection, the 6x6 pad. I did get a lot of messages of people saying that they still have that one in their stash. So maybe this inspires you guys to finally use it. Don't forget to check out the cutting guide. It makes album making so much easier. And actually, when I made the bases for all of my albums, I made 13 bases in one shot because I had my cutting guide in front of me. So I did all of the chipboard at first, and then I did all the pieces for the signatures, and I was able to make 13 at a time. It just goes by way quicker if you have a cutting guide in front of you, so I highly recommend it. I'm also going to link everything else I shared down below. So these two size magnets, 3/8 inch and 1/2 inch. I'll link KarolinasKrafts Christmas shadow words dies as well, so you guys could use those and get them. And yeah, so that is what I made with the Save Freeze paper collection. Anyway, so I hope that inspires you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next crafty video. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.